about the nomenclature of alkenes and alkynes. So as for the naming of our alkenes, the names of alkenes, we use the corresponding alkane name in terms of number of carbon atoms. So the prefix for the corresponding alkane name is what we use in naming of our alkenes. So what that means is that if our alkene has got, for example, 2 carbon atoms, we take the prefix of the alkane name with 2 carbon atoms, which is ethane, and that prefix is what we use in our alkene name to say ethene. So then we change the ending of the alkane name to an ene, which is the suffix for our alkenes. So as for in this case, this is our alkene with 2 carbon atoms, so the names become ethene, or rather say ethylene, depending on what you like. So as for 3 carbon atoms, instead it becomes propene or propylene. As for our cyclic compounds, we just name cyclohexene. Also, the position of this of this double bond is very, very important. But in this case, since we have only one double bond in our cyclo compound, you can simply write cyclohexene. So here we have got a well-known alkene, which is ethylene with 2 carbon atoms. It has 2 carbon atoms connected with a double bond, as you can see here, and there's 2 hydrogen atoms on all the carbon on each carbon atom. So each carbon atom is bonded to 2 hydrogen atoms. It is a flat structure, and all the carbon and hydrogen atoms are in the same plane. And most people know this kind of compound to be used to accelerate the ripening of our fruit. So this is an example of a well-known alkene, and there is the formula to determine the structure, the number of hydrogens in our alkene. So for say we've got 2 alkenes, the N here is 2, so we multiply 2N, it automatically we have 4 hydrogen atoms. So we are going to continue with the naming of our alkynes. Naming of alkynes, also we used the corresponding alkane name to get the prefix of our compound or our organic structure. So then after that we then add a YNE to that alkane name. So as for an example, if we have got an alkyne with 2 carbons, it becomes ethine. And also if it has got 3 carbons, it automatically becomes propyne. So we're going to continue with the nomenclature of our alkenes and alkynes. So the basic rules that we used in naming our alkenes are the same rules, except for that here now we've got multiple bonds, which are very crucial in our naming. So as like we were doing in the naming of our alkenes, that we first identify the longest carbon chain, which remains the first step. And then when the carbon chain of an alkene or alkyne is 4 or more carbon atoms, number the chain to give the lowest number to the first carbon in the double or triple bond. So now we are concentrating on our multiple bond. Remember, so that the multiple bond has got the lowest number in terms of numbering our carbon atoms. So as for example here, we can see this is butene. This is butene. So if we had started from this end to name 1, 2, 3, so our double bond will be on carbon number 3, which is not what this law requires you to do. So here you are required to name from an end such that the carbon atom where the double bond is has got the lowest number. So in this case, we named from here 1, 2. So this automatically becomes 1 butene, indicating the position of the double bond. So position number 1. So this is the correct numbering. So as for this one, 1, 2, 1, 2. So if we come from either side, it becomes 2 butene. And also as for this one, if we number coming from this end, the multiple bond, our triple bond for our alkenes is on carbon number 2. If you come from this end, it will be on carbon number 3, which is not what we want. So this becomes 2 pentyne. We'll continue with our naming. If you can pause, you might try to name this one. So this carbon atom is also 1 butene, and this one, it also becomes 2 butene, and this one, now this one is now a substituent. So it's quite interesting. If you'd like to pause and you might try it once again. So as for this one, it has got the name automatically becomes 2-methyl 2-butene. The methyl group is on carbon number 2, as well as the double bond is on carbon number 2. So in naming this compound, first of all, preference is given to this double bond. So this double bond is on position number 2, as well as the substituent. So you might try this also. So this one also becomes 2-butyne. So nomenclature will continue. You might consider naming this. This is 2-pentyne. Yes, I was right. And this one also, this one becomes 3-methyl 2-pentene. So you see, preference was given not to this, preference was given to our carbon atom. So to our double bond, such that the double bond has got the lowest number here. Is on the carbon atom with the lowest number. So we start to count from this 1, 2, 3. So our methyl group is on carbon atom number 3. But either way, if we come from this side, we will on carbon number 3. But only if you come from this side, our double bond will be on carbon number 3, which is not what we want. We want it to have the lowest possible, or to be on the lowest possible carbon atom, number of carbon atom. Yeah. So thank you for